Hi, I'm Rose Lambert, spiritual mystic alchemist. I'm here to guide you out of any struggles and help you find your higher self to change your thoughts from negative to positive. No more struggling. Learn to flow with positive vibes. Let's create your dream life. Change your mind, change your life.
Hello, beautiful souls. We're recording live from Boca Raton, Florida, AMP Studios, and thank you for watching me. And today's show is I'm going to show you how to create healthy, wealthy, and love being loved. How you become like healthier, wealthier, and more loved. And it's going to be wonderful. And don't go anywhere. Please press that subscribe button. And it's going to be a wonderful show. Why would you be listening to me, who I am? Because for some of you, maybe first time turning in, and they might be saying, why should I listen to her? Who is she? I'll give you a little bit of information about myself. I'm an achiever. I'm a go-getter, and I'm a manifester. I manifest anything I want in life. If I want a house, if I want a car, if I want love of my life, it always happens. And everybody thinks I am lucky. No, I am not lucky. I know the secret, how to do this. And every time I start something, I end up being successful with whatever I do. I have a 6th grade education from Turkey, not even America. My writing skills are not good as my speaking. It's like, but in America, I came 1985. Since I arrived here, I never been employed by anybody. I always created. I'm a very good entrepreneur. I create my own business, and I was my own boss. I thought I had some special talent, and I was talented being an entrepreneur, and also I was believing very spiritually, very spiritual person from my grandmother. She raised me, teaching me some secret mystic knowledge. And 2017, I had Kundalini awakening. It's my transformation start, and I start tapping into actual mystical world. And I already had a lot of information, and on top of that, I really so much. I basically become like I could say, 1 foot in the other side, seeing other lives, other dimensions, and 1 foot in this world and 3rd dimension. I am very knowledgeable how this manifesting system works, and I have proof for that with just looking at my life. I was abandoned at birth. My mother was a cleaning lady. I grew up with the people's used clothes, like hand-me-downs. They give it to my mother. I didn't have anything. When I become like 15, 16 years old, when people start taking me seriously, and I start working at age 9, by the way, but age 15, 16, I knew I had to do better. I didn't want to be poor again, because being poor is not easy, and sometimes it was humiliating and embarrassing. It was painful. I didn't have much friends growing up because I was ashamed to invite it to my home. I was ashamed to show where I live, and it was very difficult childhood. And I went through a lot of struggles, a lot of bad things happened to me. But one of those bad things, like rape, could hold a person back from anything good for the rest of their life. They get traumatized. It happened to me too. Being abandoned at childhood happened to me too. And many other things, like you name it, the tough things happened to me. But I didn't let anything hold me back. I always moved forward, never looked back. And I never, for example, my parents left me after birth. My grandmother raised me. But I turned around, tried to help them. At age 11, I was working, trying to support them, because they came back to my life like when I was 4 or 5 years old, and they had too many children, and my father wasn't making enough money. In order to support their house, I didn't hold a grudge. I didn't say, why did you left me with my grandmother? Why, it's like you showing, more attention raising these kids, but you didn't raise me. I didn't dwell on the negative. I only dwell on what can I do. These people are my parents. They gave me a life. What can I do for them? I never hold grudge. Holding a grudge is basically having a hateful feeling. Holding a grudge, it's basically poison in your body. You're drinking the poison and you're expecting your enemy to die. I never had that, and I had these good habits. And I came to America 1985. I just turned 19 years old, and being, like working as a, babysitter, nanny, housekeeper, I saved up some money, and I got involved with the small gas station, very cheap. We got in. I didn't mind working and cleaning, the rats from the floor, working at the cash register, pumping gas. It was an American dream. I'm a dreamer. When you dream, you manifest things. That's why, when America was found, a lot of people came here with the big dreams, and that's why they made this beautiful country the way it is. And they succeed, they flourished, and then America flourished too. It's like learning to actually dreaming as the big part of how you could create your better future. But it just doesn't end there. Now in the social, I am not a greedy person. I always want from God like little more than enough what I need. But I never ask for way too much, because I know money comes with the responsibilities. If you're not responsibilities means spending this and that. No, it's like you have to do the right things and you have to use it right. You have to open businesses, employ people, and you can't hoard money and sit on it. And for example, now I came back to working. I was retired for 7-8 years, and I was married, and my husband was taking care of the house. Now I'm divorced, and I'm back to work. But it's like if I make more than I need, I will be putting towards of the charity. Charity is my dream. Charity is helping elder people and children. My dream since the childhood is maybe hopefully before I die I make it come true. Building a nursing home together with the orphanage, because older people need love and they have a lot of information to give, teach younger kids, and kids needs love. And these two unfortunate humans could, young and old, they could meet and they could enhance each other's life. That's my dream. Maybe if whatever I'm doing in my career, I get succeeded to that point. That's my dream to create one day. Well, I'm in the beginning. This show just started 2 months ago, and reason I started this show is in my awakening I had a very hard time because I didn't have anybody around me was awakened or spiritual, understand these things. When I was getting, because I said it, I start living in different dimension. 1 foot in the higher dimension, 1 foot in the third dimension. The realities are different. Sometimes I said things or I post things alarmed family, friends, and my daughter, and she Baker Act me, put me to hospital 4 or 5 times, and mental hospitals. I was in and out of it, and it cost me a lot of money, loss of job, a lot of pain. I was in the mental facility once. When they Baker Act me, they took me. I was with the people from jail, thugs, and the homeless people, and I kind of seen their world too. I made friends with them, and I felt really bad because some of those homeless people on the street, they are actually spiritually awakening. They don't have mental illness because they have no place to go, and until they find them a place, they stay there a long time. I mean, I learned everybody has a story. Doesn't matter where we are. To me, it's human is a human. Doesn't matter. One of us could be more fortunate, other one is less fortunate. To me, it's everybody's same. I made a lot of homeless friends, buddies in New York, in Miami, walking around, buying a coffee, giving to them, sitting down and listening their stories. And sometimes you will be surprised that person sitting on the street, they might have a lot more education than you and coming from very high profile lives, some of them, and then they're ending up like that. It's life. It happens. It could happen to anybody. It's like, and then most shocking thing was very simple. What I learned is we should never be conceited where we are, because it's really easy to lose everything. You could wake up one morning without nothing. You could, there's a lot of stories I heard. It's all different than one another, but they all end up on the street. Anyway, let's get back to happier things. How we could create a happy life and better health, more money, and being loved. Social media, full of stuff, how to manifest. Everybody making these 15, 20-minute videos, trying to show you, giving the secret. Do this, use a vision board. It's a good tips, they are true, but nobody giving you don'ts. You could do all the vision board. You could do all the, daydreaming. You could repeat all those affirmations all day long. But if you don't know the don'ts, and if you're doing those, things would not happen. You can't get where you want to go. You can't get the wealth you want. You can't get the love you want, or you can't get the health, the way the healthy you want to be. It is hard. These things I want to talk to you is how can you be healthy, wealthy, and love, starting from inside out, not from outside in. It's not hard. It is very easy, but a lot of people don't know how to do this. First of all, the one thing, start concentrating on yourself. Love yourself. Don't look for happiness outside. Look for happiness inside of you, and start loving, forgiving yourself for some of the mistakes you made. Forgiving a lot of people has mother and father issues. Forgive that mother and father. I did. And because they gave you a life, if they haven't done anything right, one thing they did, it's you. You come to this world. If it wasn't them, you wouldn't be here. Isn't that just good enough reason? Maybe they did mistakes. And if you go through a spiritual awakening, you will learn tough times are for lessons. Actually, nobody trying to hurt us. Those are our karmas from other life. Or to toughen up, because we have to be trained what's coming in our life. If they pampered you, if they gave you everything you want, you wouldn't be this person. Think about it. You become who you are because of the tough times you had. And that's why they treat you badly. And they made you tougher. They made you better. So they did their job. And we just learn these things after we finish in this world. I call this world a fake world. Like, this is like a movie we play here. Real world is when we cross, when we die, when we return back to light beings, because we're not body. We are soul. We are light beings. When we become a light, when we're going back home, we see and that time is also, it's like a blink of eye. You feel like, wow, this was so fast, because I did experience that, and it was like my life went through my eyes really fast, and I crossed and I came back, and then it's all the knowledge came to me, why certain things happen, why my mother and father left me, why some of my family members, doesn't matter how much I tried, how good I tried to be, to please them, give whatever I can, help them, they turned around, hurt me. But what it did was moved me up, as a person. I learned to deal with hurt from loved ones. And, now I'm much more stronger person. I deal with the situations without getting more emotional. I don't show emotions because I am more knowledge. There is no reason to have a reaction, overreact to anything. It's like, because from third dimension, we move to a fourth, that's love. When I was born in the fourth dimension. And then when I had my awakening, I went to a knowledge. Now with this program, I am trying to help people to move up to fourth, love. And those are in love dimension, because we're all sharing this world, but we are in different vibrations. Not everybody in the same vibration. And those are in the love vibration, they're going to, move to wisdom. You could kind of understand, you're in love or you're in third dimension. Because if you cannot help people, if you're me, if you can't serve people, service the people, you're not into giving, you're not on the third dimension yet. Because when you're you're in third dimension, I'm sorry, you're not on fourth. If you're a person on the fourth dimension, there are more empath people on this world, loving, trying to please other people, doing everything to gain their, trying to help them, I watched my last video, I used the word, a lot, and I said, I'm not gonna do that. And I started doing it, and I noticed that. I'm not gonna say I said like 50 times or 100 times on my last show when I was watching, I cringe. So, world we live, shift, energies are shift to a fifth dimension, wisdom and love. And order us to manifest things much faster and better, we have to be aligned with that energy. We have to raise our vibration. If we are negative, generally negative person, not looking for good in people, not looking good in our day, You are generating negative energy. You got to change that. How about waking up in the morning saying, thank God you gave your source, you gave me one more day. Thank you. Before you go to bed, having your prayers, saying how grateful you are for your day. Doesn't matter how difficult it was. You were in 6 feet underground, you were alive. You had one more day you completed and you're in your bed. We have to show gratitude, because more gratitude we show, more love universe shows us. You know, I said it, I'm not gonna say you know. We have to be showing gratitude. We have to act like God is always watching us, and which is does. One thing my grandmother, when I was growing up, she teach me well. She said, engraved in my head. She said, Rose, God knows everything. God knows everything you see, everything you know. God knows your heart. God's in your heart. God knows your decisions. God knows what you're thinking. So you can't hide anything from God. You cannot hide anything from your Creator. This higher power, God, created you and knows everything. So you can't hide. And this energy, this consciousness, if we use our consciousness, we usually generate positive thoughts. We have to turn into using our conscious instead of using our mind. Let's say somebody calling you and you're busy on social media, but you have time, you're just looking at killing time, and this person calling you, you're not answering. Maybe that person going through a divorce, maybe lost a job, maybe just need a friend that moment calling you. You're not answering, you're not talking. You're saying, well, she didn't or he didn't have a time for me, I don't have time for this. That's creating a bad karma. If you stop what you're doing, if you give that person a little bit of your time, that's service to other. You will be creating a good karma. When time comes when you need a friend, you need to call somebody, somebody will pick up the phone instead of pretending they didn't hear. And we got to start creating good karmas. If we want to manifest better health, better wealth, and being more loved, we have to clean our inside. You know, just think about, are you a good person? You know you are or not. You consider yourself a good person? If you're not sure, but if you want to succeed in life, please take it seriously. I am talking to you from my heart, and I am talking to you from my experience. You have to be good to ask for good things coming from you. Think about it. If you were a God, like for example, in a Christmas, the kids writing a letter to Santa. Are you being good this year or are you being naughty, right? You have to be good to deserve good things from life. And so we have to start changing internally. We have to be trying to be good as we can. And then all those on the social media, all those manifesting tips, making a vision board, using affirmations, and there's many other things. It's a social media full of like that book of secret. You could visualize, you could dream about it. All that will come. All that will come to your life before you know it. It will just start appearing. But you have to turn your energy from negative to positive. You cannot be pessimistic. You cannot you have to rise people higher. You can't put people down. And you can't put yourself down either, because you are part of God. You are energy. God is energy. We are, part of God. Our soul is part of God. And we are mini gods, like, we are creators. You are creating your future. You are designing your future. Don't feel like you're helpless and expecting somebody going to do these things for you and God is going to send this to you. You are all equipped to do this. You just forgot. You are a God. You are a godly being from God on this earth, but you forgot who you are. If you start remembering who you are, and if you could get a couple of books about Christ consciousness, and with that Christ consciousness, it's easy to follow, simple. Then if you start behaving from your heart, from your consciousness, and your life, before you know it, good things will start happening, and you will start manifesting, designing your life so much better. You will see it, these results will come, you will see it so fast. But if you just did it 2 days and you're just testing out, not that fast. You have to be really in your heart. You have to believe. You have to switch your heart. Some people, I give them these tips. They say, I did this, I did that, it's not working. But their habits are same. We have to change some of the habits. Like give some portion of, like if you want to make money, before you're making, promise to your creator. You say, least 10%, I am going to give to needy. I'm going to share my wealth. Make me wealthy, I will help others. I do that all the time. Whatever God gives me, certain portion of it goes to needy. That's in Bible too, and that's in all the religions. I think it's in Quran, I think it's in Bible, I think it's in Torah. You have to give. You have to give to receive. Sometimes God gives you. You are the vessel. You are the channel. So other people could benefit from you. Especially if you design a business, if you're doing some kind of business. This is for the financial things. Any kind of business you are, if other people are benefiting from your business, it's not just your house need that money, or just you need it. If you're supporting other families, sometimes, because everything ties to each other, you are giving their bread and butter. So sometimes, even you do something bad, you get away with it because other people are dependent on you. That's why I always, whenever I do something, I try to make businesses other people benefits from too. And much as I make, those people make too. I share my wealth. I share what God gives me. I'm not greedy. And then I thrive. I never, maybe I'm not a perfect person. I'm a human all alone, like everybody else. Time to time, even I know it's wrong. Sometimes I indulge myself. Sometimes, yeah, I do sin. But my karma doesn't punish me from my finances, because there's other people depending on it. It's not just my business. If you want to keep your business strong, you have to share your wealth, like at least 10%. You have to give to needy. And giving is receiving. This was always like that. And you will feel better. You sleep better at night. And forgiving others, being more open to receiving love, brings you love too. Okay, that was the business. You're going to give more. You're going to find the businesses other people's benefit from you. And then before you go into that business, before you go to that business, you're gonna internally you're gonna release your negative attachments. You know, the things weighing you down, the hate, the jealousy, anger. Oh, cheating. If you cheat and you get cheated, if you lie, you get lied. You know, universe will tease you. Universe will say, okay, you're a liar. I'm going to make it look like I'm going to give you something. You're going to come so close, and then last minute, I'm not going to give it to you. You know, I mean, there's so many things. So try to be honest you can be. Don't cheat, don't lie, and don't steal. Stealing is like maybe even though just like you could get away with it, you could say, oh, this was a big department store, or I mean like big place, nobody knows. It's like even getting, you know, like we have to be careful, like getting those like extra sugar or sweetener or something like that. Oh, let me take it home. We got to be careful with everything. Every little thing counts. You know, it's like, because some things maybe for you it might not be like stealing, but it is. You know, it's like it's for a little simple thing. Sometimes you say it's so little. You know, why would I be punished for this? Why would I get a bad karma? So it's so little. Why you need to do that? Don't do it. Don't take a chance. That's what my advice. If so little, it's so worthless. Instead of saying nobody mind, don't take a chance, because universe doesn't understand that. Universe doesn't think like we human do. You know, energy, just the numbers, calculation. What you did, it's exactly comes back to you. Even that little, something little will come back to you in negative. So it just clear out your life. You know, just like, oh, nobody's seen it, nobody, like, you know, oh, I could get away with it. Maybe somebody, you know, forgot to charge you $2, $3 extra. Just remind them. You say, I'm supposed to pay. You forgot to take it from me. You know, it's like, I mean, those things important. You might see it's not important, but trust me, they are really, really important. And then also, giving your energy to useless things. Because if you want healthy life, you have to start doing healthy things. Watching your diet, little bit of moving around, exercising. You know, maybe some of you do a lot, but there's a lot of people spending a lot of time on, you know, on the couch, social media. They don't get up, they don't do anything. Before they know it, it's a dark. Like they wake up, especially the retired people, you know, just get out, just take a walk. It's better for you, it's good for you, you know, because this body needs to move around. Because if we don't moving around, gaining weight is so easy. Because when we're around, you know, we're on our computers, our cell phones, you know, you get cravings. You go eat a little bit, let me taste this, let me taste that. Body is not moving, it's gaining weight. We need to move around. We have to activate our body to, you know, to be more healthy. I'm not dieting, or I'm not a coach for exercise or anything like that. I cannot recommend anything. Just a simple walk, you know, just being a little active, it just goes a long way. And for a healthy body and mind, you know, you have to. And then when you're doing that, also while you're doing that, in the same time, you're focusing on your health, and you're dreaming to be healthy. You're dreaming to, you know, in your healthy weight. You're dreaming to better health. So visualizing is creating. Remember, you're a God, you're creating. How you create, you visualize, and you do your visualize part and your meditating part when you're walking. You know, maybe on the treadmill, maybe you're just taking a nice breeze walk, or when you're exercising, you could just focus on how good your body's going to be, how healthy you're going to be. And that dreaming is it's your like your vision board, and that works. And then let's come to love part. With love, you're not perfect, I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect. We all have our own imperfections, but we are perfect too, like both. Some ways we're not perfect, some ways we're perfect. We see ourselves sometimes perfect, but we do things not so perfect. So when somebody comes into our life, accept them, who they are, before getting angry. A lot of people I see, I people watch, I observe people. A lot of time I am like observing when people dating, they're not giving each other enough time. First date, second date, maybe never third date. And if somebody, they're like getting annoyed and giving up too soon. Without person has to grow on you. You have to get to know a person. First couple of dates, both sides nervous. Actually, I went on the dating site after my divorce. I met my boyfriend. He's so much different than that first couple of dates. The more I get to know him, he's a much more different person. You have to give time. You have to let that person's true self come through. You can't say it's like picking on little things. Beginning of everything, people are nervous. And especially it's like, sometime, coming to dating scene after being married for so long, or going to a divorce or losing a spouse, and they're coming back to dating scene. It's not easy. It's nerve-wracking meeting a stranger, and just give time. And also, if just before you end that relationship, think about the good sides of the person. It's like maybe he was generous, maybe he had a good jokes, he looked good, but you didn't like, he was still talking to his ex. Maybe he didn't like, maybe you didn't like the way he dressed. Those things could be changeable. It's like if he's not dressing well and you're the lady, you want your man to dress better, maybe if you give him a chance, with time, he will, you could teach him to dress better. And maybe he's keeping connection with his ex. You have to build your connection, and then you could say, this is making me uncomfortable. And then also, if you're confident yourself, those things should, the person talking to their ex shouldn't be bothering you. Everybody's different, but that doesn't bother me. Person I date is free to talk to anybody he wants to talk. I trust. You have to trust the person. I don't have jealousy in my relationship, because if I love a person, I have to love with him and with the people around him, and whoever people he loves, I should give those people a chance too. I said, again. Anyway, be patient, because love doesn't happen overnight, especially after a certain age. We get tougher. We want this perfect person in our life. Are we perfect? Are you perfect? I'm not. I still have a lot of mistakes. We are human, and some things I do maybe annoys my boyfriend. We can't. If you're looking for perfection, you have to be perfection yourself. But the perfect person will be perfect in every way. You would not judge a person, right? If you were a perfect person. So why would you judge this person and not giving them a chance? Don't judge them, give them time. With time, you never know. Maybe you're gonna realize he is the person for you. When I met my second husband, I told him I will never marry you. And the way he was with his situation, I was divorced. I had only one child. I raised her. She was 20 years old. And I was free. And he had 3 younger children. I said, I don't want to be a parent again. You know, it's like I went through, that was tough. I love children, but I said, I don't want to be a stepmother. We will be just stay friends. We stayed friends, and 14 months later I married him because more I got to know him, I fall in love with him. He grew on me. And then I become the stepmother. It wasn't easy. Blending families are not easy. We had good days, we had bad days. And every relationship comes to our life for some reason. And it started with love, but it lasted 12 years. And then I guess it wasn't meant to be. And we got divorced. Now he has his own life and I have my own life, and we're both happy with our own lives. And I'm in a fantastic relationship with my boyfriend, and I think he is too. So sometimes we can't explain things. It's like sometimes even the person you're madly in love, he might not work out. It's okay. Let it go. It served its purpose, because everybody comes into our life coming to teach us something, making us grow. Enjoy your life. Don't stress over small things. Enjoy the people coming to your life. Open your heart. And so start loving them, and you will get love back. Because if we are open-minded, if our energy lovingly, person from our other side feels that, and then they will come more lovingly. And you could tell with time, is that person going to be right or wrong? But just give time. Sometimes, like I said before, people are not giving enough time, enough chance to these people they're meeting. I don't want to forget anything, so I'm going to look at my notes. Oh, one of the biggest problem when we listen our ego, I call the ego a devil. Ego is a real devil. Because of the ego, when our ego gets hurt, we get emotional. We say the things we shouldn't say. We do the things we shouldn't do. Try to let go your ego. When your ego makes you angry, start thinking with your consciousness. Let your ego rest. Take a break. Before you say something negative to somebody, you say, instead of fighting, you say, I am agree to disagree. I use that word a lot sometimes when I'm having a hard time. Somebody pushing their views on me, I say, I agree to disagree. I take a break. And I don't go into useless arguments. Just because what happens is, lowers your energy. You get angry. When you get angry, your energy depletes. Your energy is stolen. Don't let your energy leave you. It's like, don't give in to anger. Cool. If you stay more cooler with the situations, whatever happening in your life, be more mindful. You will have a more control, more success in your business, your love life, and your health too. because every time when we get angry, our blood pressure goes higher, our heart starts beating faster, and stress causes cortisol, and we end up stress eating, we gain weight. So stress is not good for you. Try to meditate 40 minutes a day, maybe 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. To meditate, you don't have to take those yoga poses. Just laying in your bed or sitting, closing your eyes. You could meditate, you know, so many ways. Just resting, you know, just shutting down the, you know, these all the information coming from outside. Just having a peaceful, quiet time, and just thinking your day, thinking your life, and just quietly sitting there. And you don't have to do anything. Just shut down everything, just slow down, just take a 20 minutes break. And then I love that moment so much. I started with 20 minutes. Now I do 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night. And I feel like alive again. And then also, now the people are awakening. Since the COVID lockdown, a lot of people speak like faster than ever. They're awakening. When you awaken, spirits talks to you, but you're always busy. You're on the phone, you're watching TV, so much sound around you. You can't hear the spirit. You can't hear your spirit guides. You can't hear your higher self. So when you shut down that voice around you, if you take a little time, you will start feeling the spirit. Especially if you are waking around between 3 to 5, middle of the night. Those are the time we are very close, very open to spirits, to angels. You know, the vibrations are, because everything is silent. You know, there's not voice in the world. It's like everything is silent. That's the time you could communicate so much better. And if you wake up, just get out of your bed, go to the bathroom, come back, sit in your bed, just pay attention to your thoughts. Maybe spirit trying to tell you, maybe you were going through something, gonna give you the answer. And then you are quiet, you're gonna listen, because during the day you're so busy, you're not listening. And that's why spirit trying to, your higher self trying to wake you between 3 to 5 when everything is quiet down, and trying to get to you. And thoughts will come to your mind. You will say, I can't believe this. How? That's not you. That's actually your higher self giving you idea. Maybe you're going to be solving a problem. You know, if you were writing a book, you know, thoughts will come to you more. And if you were planning something with your work, thoughts will come. Maybe you had some questions in your head. You will be having a much more clear mind. Just pay attention to like those thoughts are coming to your head, and sit, relax, listen. It's a beautiful time to connect with your higher self. And what I could say is, the better yourself, you know, from inside, better the world, universe will be to you. You know, it will give you the gifts you will never dream. You know, I said, you know. I was passing by these country club community years ago. I wanted to live in Boca. My ex insisted buying a house in Boynton Beach. My daughter lives in Boca. I wanted to live in Boca so much, close to my grandkids. And also, I liked the neighborhood. And I begged him, I said, can we please? He said, no. He found a bunch of excuses. And he said, Boca's too expensive. and I can't afford there, and which was lie. You know, he was a doctor, he was making enough money, it wasn't too expensive for him, but he just didn't want to make me happy, I guess, because we were coming towards of the end of our marriage. And I used to pass by this country club, and I never thought, you know, after I get a divorce, I will end up living there. And I do. Now I'm in Boca, the country club I desire to live. Because I manifest that, because I was dreaming that, and I wanted that. I couldn't have it. My ex said no. We bought a house in Boynton Beach instead of Boca Raton. But 2 years later, we got divorced, and I had a place in Miami. I moved there first, and then later on, I find a place to renovate. The person was passed away, and I got it for a great price. And my ex was saying we can't afford it. I was able to afford because it was selling very underpriced because need the major renovation. And I'm a designer and decorator, and I have a experience working with the contractors and getting a designer discounts. I made this beautiful home for myself, and now every day when I wake up and I say, thank you, God, thank you for this great gift, thank you, universe, thank you, because it was everything I want. It's like a townhouse with 2-bedroom, living room, and just perfect for me for a single woman. I decorate just the way I want it. I am very happy, but also I am showing gratitude. Everything I get, I say thank you a million times. Like, I'm just always grateful for everything God gives me. Again. I'm going to look up my notes because I have only 10 minutes, and sometime after a show like this, when it's finished and I'm like, I forgot this was important, this was good, just give me a second. Oh, this is very important. Yes, you start working from internally to out. And also we have to go get it. We have to go get our dream. I had friends, I do still, they want things, but they don't make any changes. Sometimes that's it. There's like, you can't do the same thing, expect a different result. You got to change your environment. You have to take steps. You have to meet new people. You have to try new things. I said, if you want to meet somebody, if it's in your dream, you need to get out. Meet up with the girlfriends. Go to a happy hour. Sign up for a dating site. Get dressed, meet some people, and join to groups, meetup groups, church groups, it's a lot of activity groups. You have to get out there. If you're, I said, again. You have to try, you have to go get it. You gotta go get it. You have to keep trying. This is finding love or having a better income. You have to try. You might fail a bunch of times, but when you win, you will win. Don't give up. A lot of people giving up too soon. They saying, I can't do that, it's too hard, it's never gonna happen. It's never going to happen because you are saying never going to happen. You are a God. Why are you saying never going to happen? you are making it never going to happen. If you believe, you say, I am going to keep trying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get it, I'm going to do it, it will happen. Look, I did it with the 6th grade education, with the not a good English. Probably most of you speak so much better than me, have so much better education. You can get anything you want. You gotta just go get it. You have to do it. If I did it, anybody can. Anybody can. I didn't get any help other than using the right energy from universe. My first ex was narcissist. He was basically pulling me down, but I was climbing up constantly. He was like constantly pushing me down with whatever I do. If I move 10 steps forward, I was coming back 8 steps, 7 steps. You know, he was always causing problems in my life, but I was like, I'm gonna succeed, I'm gonna do this, and I did it. With even the negative person in my life, I was like saying, I'm not gonna give up, I'm gonna do this. Please don't give up on your dreams. You can do anything you want. The possibilities are limitless. I don't know what's your dream. I don't know how much money you want. I don't know how healthy you want to be. I don't know how you want to be loved. But I know one thing for sure, you are capable of doing it. Just believe that you could do it. If I did it, if Rose Lambert did, any of you out there could do, reach your dreams. And when you say I am, and then you are a God, I can't do it, I am, that's using the God's name. After I am, don't say I can't. You always say I will achieve, this will happen for me. Don't use negative words, because the words are like putting a spell to universe. Words are magical. Our thoughts create future. Don't forget, please, whatever you think, you will become. Your thoughts making the future. And we're coming to end of the show. My website's still under construction. We're going to design new website. And also, I am designing this new line of jewelry. I'm a designer. I did design decorating homes, and I designed costumes for world-known dancers, ballroom costumes, and a lot of different professional costumes. And I'm very tasteful with jewelry too. End of September, my jewelry line coming up, but it's all spiritual related. It's really cool stuff. It's not on my website yet. I'm still working on it. And I do energy healing and coaching. If you have somebody needs energy healing, doesn't matter what their illness, doesn't matter what their situation. And you could contact me, you could email me, you could call me, and I will be happy to help. And please, I think on my website there's a price, but I would never return somebody because they don't have money, because the healing is my God-given gift. And God-given things, I'm not doing that to, I can't sell the God's gift. So it's like 50%, it's like I could get paid so I could support myself. And then, I take people, if they're financially not available to pay, I am taking those clients too. So I'm here for everybody, not just the person who could pay. Thank you so much for giving me a time to be in your life. And if you watch me until the end, thank you so much. Sending a ton of love. I love you all. And see you next week. Thank you so much. And please press the subscribe button. Namaste.
Tune in next time to Spiritual Alchemist with Rose Lambert. where we talk about everything spiritual to guide you onto the right path. For more information, contact rosegalson at gmail.com or 786 747